You heard, yeah. It wasn't great. No, I misjudged it. I think I frightened some of them.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK. And today we're looking at some of the many highlights that the Matt Berry-fronted irreverent comedy has to offer, all derived from the life of his traditional, yet bizarre, actor-character, Stephen Toast.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Doctor Who.
Sorry, Jane. Must be the hot weather.
We begin at the end, a Series 1 episode dedicated to Stephen Toast packing in his acting career.
Ooh, Doctor Who?
You can that sky high. Not after last time.
One of the catalysts for Toast's disillusionment with the biz is being put forward to audition for Doctor Who again.
Well, that's no way to greet a fellow scientist. Would you like a jelly baby?
Previously, he was an alien to Tom Baker's Fourth Doctor, with a costume that obscured his appearance completely and a one-word line. You can figure out what that was in a later entry.
Take him to the laboratory. I'm sure a dissection on that brain could prove very useful to us.
Yes!
The whole scene looks like it was classic Who, from the design, the costumes, to the 70s TV grainy appearance. It's no surprise that Matt Berry is a fan favourite choice to play the Doctor, nor that the Fifth Doctor, Peter Davison, would become a recurring guest star. Number 9. Ham and Toast.
I'm meeting John Hamm.
I've literally never heard of him.
Where do we begin? Season 3 was able to build on Toast's BAFTA-winning success by turning the tomfoolery up to 11. The show, and Matt Berry's growing stardom, was able to secure Hollywood actor John Hamm into the mix, playing himself in the series' 3rd episode.
Jane, like I told you, I've absolutely no interest. What? So? Jane.
And like everyone else, Toast falls in love with the Mad Men star, although that could be more to do with his concussion than John Hamm's.
Rizme.
The episode has it all: a musical number, some slapstick comedy, and none other than Brian Blessed himself to play Stephen Toast's father. We're really being spoiled for comedy here, although we're not entirely sure Ham knew what he was letting himself in for.
I leave my entire estate, my fortune, and my freehold properties, both here and in London, to... John Hamm.
Number 8. Wind acting.
Such a tragedy. His very first day on set.
Yeah, he was just blown away, I believe.
Yes, his luck finally ran out.
Ever heard of wind acting? Apparently it's a skill that few possess, and none more than actor Axel Jacklin, who could perform in front of a wind machine like no other. So it's a real tragedy when he is killed by one during a play's rehearsal. But again for Toast, who is nominated to take over.
Aye, aye, Captain. Though it is a stiff southwesterly.
The other prerequisite for the role is to be a Freemason, but first, Toast has to prove he has the resistance necessary to take the reins in the winds. The winds and volume increase, as well as Toast's hairline, but he proves a brilliant high winds actor.
Stephen, you stood on your feet. That's fantastic.
The whole scene is absurd, so essentially the norm for Toast of London. All he needs now is that Freemason membership.
Ed, I need to become a Mason immediately.
Number 7. Yes.
Is that it? Just that one word?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes!
It's one small word, and yet it's now part of the comedy fabric that makes Toast of London so memorable. Only 3 episodes in, and Toast's consistent job of providing voiceovers is already proving to be comically ludicrous.
All right. Yes!
All he has to say is yes, but it's never enough for Danny and Clem on the desk.
Yes!
This early set piece is a testament to the writing of Arthur Matthews and Matt Berry, managing to get 90 seconds of hilarity out of only 3 letters, and especially the latter's intonation-centric comedy skills.
Yes! 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 Yeah!
Berry provides 21 versions of the word throughout the scene, and each one more unhinged than the last.
Stephen?
What?
How would you feel about doing a no?
Number 6. Bus tour fight.
What the hell is this?
We've all been there, finding ourselves overhearing a saucy argument that you know you shouldn't be listening to, but are. Usually these are on buses, and normally only one of the arguers are there, shouting into a phone.
Ray bloody Purchase. Toast.
For this Series 2 episode, the battle between Toast and his nemesis Ray Bloody Purchase is no different. Both are on buses, admittedly guided tour buses, but still, both are arguing about something interesting, namely whether Mrs. Purchase is or isn't an escort, and both are shouting into phones.
Come on, Purchase. Everyone in London knows your wife's a prostitute. You take that back, Toast. That's a slur. Bloody slur.
No, it isn't. Only difference is she doesn't do it for money. Unless it's with you.
Okay, those are mega, not mobile phones, but it's Toast of London, so there has to be some element of heightened madcap absurdity thrown into the mix.
Bye-bye, Purchase.
Number 5. Interview with Lorraine. Season 3 of Toast of London was highly anticipated thanks to the awards that Berry & Co had amassed. It had found its niche, and certainly an audience, even managing to pack out the cast with a few more A-listers in guest roles.
So I understand you are returning to the theatre in the Scottish play.
Yes, and I noticed you didn't say it.
I know, is it still a big no-no in theatrical circles to actually say Macbeth?
We've already mentioned Ham and Blessed, but upon doing the rounds ahead of the premiere, Berry stopped by Lorraine Kelly's self-titled chat show. What neither of them mentioned during the interview was her hilarious cameo in the series opener, which was as much a surprise to audiences as, say, a drunken Toast realising his Shakespeare performance is being televised live.
Well, it's been simultaneously broadcast, of course, live on ITV's Night of Culture.
Is it?
Interviews going wrong aren't new to Series 3 either, as an earlier episode saw a tired Toast making a terrible Women's Hour debut.
That's, it's brave. It must be nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll rise to the challenge.
Number 4. James Bond.
Do you think they'll expect me to talk?
You won't do that, will you?
Every few years, in the UK, the speculation over which talented British or Brit-adjacent young male actor is going to assume the role of 007 fires up. Even though Daniel Craig was still firmly holding on to his license to kill, somehow, none other than Stephen Toast was given a shot at Bond. And he was ready, unfazed by competition from Michael Fassbender or, for some reason, Nigel Havers. Toast was determined to waltz in, all guns blazing, which he did, literally.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
After terrifying the casting team half to death, Toast knows he's blown it with his blanks. The whole episode is a quasi-Bond spoof, including a great soundtrack from a very Tom Jones-sounding Michael Ball. Number 3. Fire the nuclear weapons. Apparently, the entire Royal Navy has decided that signs aren't enough and now need a voiceover for every process on their submarine fleet.
Up periscope. Down periscope.
So who better for the job of announcing when a periscope is up or down than Stephen Toast? It's all going rather smoothly, even without Danny being present to help make things worse, until Toast has to announce the imminent firing of the submarine's payload.
Fire the nuclear weapons!
Accused of being too strong, Clem makes the error of telling Stephen to have fun with it, so Toast gives a myriad of different interpretations of the phrase.
Fire the nuclear weapons! Fire the nuclear weapons! Fire the nuclear weapons!
And did Toast include a little reference to a certain Star Trek Scottish engineer? That may be why Clem is eager to move on.
Abandon the vessel immediately.
Number 2. communication issues. There probably weren't meant to be any catchphrases in Toast of London, but thanks to Clem Fandango, we got one.
Yes, I can hear you, Clem Fandango.
Yes, we can all hear poor Clem, sometimes H. Fandango, the apprentice whose work experience seems to have lasted for a decade. Whilst we all know what's coming when he gets on the studio PA, it's no less funny to hear him unnecessarily repeat a direction or ask if Toast can hear him, until an arguably funnier exchange in Series 3.
Stephen, this is Clem Fandango. Can you hear me?
I dare you to say that one more time.
In a clever twist, Clem keeps forgetting to push the button when giving his redundant directions, and now no one can hear Clem Fandango.
Okay, so this is important. The client has expressed that he'd really like you to...
Oh, fucking hell, you've done it again, you cunt! Press the button!
Our favourite moment isn't Clem's repeated lines, or the ensuing foul-mouthed tirade, but Toast's frustrated bagpipe-like scream. Number 1, Toast and Purchase in the studio.
Wow, wow, wow. Look who it is.
You two know each other. That's great.
No, it isn't.
Well, well, well. Could it have been anyone other than Ray Bloody Purchase? Fellow actor and Stephen Toast's worst nightmare is also a known homophobe, so it's a surprise that he'd also be invited to Scramble Studios to dub the English language version of gay art house erotica. Yet here he is, breathy theme music in tow.
Underpants, eh? Sorry, I'll do that again. Put my underpants in! Back on!
With Toast playing Miguel and Purchase playing Helmut from Munich, the scene is going quite well, until a directorial request to say Unterpantsy is followed by a soundscape of cringeworthy sexcapades, culminating in a rather far too long kissing solo from Purchase that will live in our ears forever. Why does he have to stare into Toast's eyes throughout? No wonder Toast throws a pitch-perfect temper tantrum to close out the scene.
You shut the f*** up, Clem Fandango, and your made-up name.
All right.
We've only looked at Toast of London today, so tell us your favourite moments from Stephen's sojourn to Tinseltown in the comments.
I'm sure it's easy enough to think of an end. You could kill everyone.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.